Welcome back to The Blend. I'm so excited to introduce you to our next guest. Her mission is to help others avoid the same serious, repeated mistakes that kept her jumping in and out of marriages and relationships. Pam Evans is a relationship strategist and author of the book entitled Ring Exchange, just released in second edition in October. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you. You are here all the way from California.
That's correct.
San Francisco, right?
That's right.
And I love that you are a self-proclaimed, you call yourself a multiple marrier. I love that you own this, that you're, I don't want to say proud of it, but you're not ashamed of it. You say you've kind of learned from your mistakes. You're not who your past was, you're who your present is. So kind of explain what a multiple marrier is.
Well, a multiple marrier is someone who's been married 3 times or more.
Okay.
And I call us the silent minority in the U.S. population. There are about 8 million of us today. About 5% of the U.S. population has been married 3 times or more. And Pew Research released a study in 2009 saying that multiple marriage was going down because people were waiting later to get married in life, so their success of having a great relationship or marriage would work. And a lot of people were waiting deciding not to get married at all. But now they're saying because we're living longer, we have more opportunities to get married. So you never know where this is going to go.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about, well, and I want to hear your mission. I mean, why go ahead? People don't want to necessarily claim this and tell people, hey, I'm a multiple marrier. Why did you want to do this? Why is it, you know, that you felt that you wanted to write this book? And then certainly we're going to get into these cards that you've created.
Well, I had a difficult time telling a gentleman that I was in a long relationship with that I had had so many marriages. And I realized I had to own the mistakes I made. And I did some self-analysis and self-examination and stayed away from the altar for 13 years so I could get on the right path. And I really wanted to help other people who I call the silent minority. They could be your neighbors, your co-workers, your family members, your friends, who are embarrassed about the fact that they made mistakes early on in life and they kept repeating them because they didn't have self-awareness, in some cases low self-esteem and lack of confidence.
Well, talk about some red flags this morning. Again, we're going to give people some pointers too, but talk about the red flags that may kind of point out that someone may be a multiple marrier or they may become one if they're down on that path, I guess.
Yeah, well, multiple marriers usually get started at a very young age. States like Arkansas and Oklahoma have a high percentage because people are getting married very, very young. And the multiple marriers I studied were all between the ages of 17 and 21. I was 18 when I got on this path, and I just kept attaching myself to a partner because that's all I really knew. But I'm saying when you're dating and you're looking for a lifelong partner, whether you get married or not, you need to look for some red flags and not put them under the rug. And one of them is control issues. I know 3 of the 4 of my husbands had control issues, and I just brushed that aside. Another thing is security. If you find that your partner doesn't allow you to be with family or friends or give you space and time to be who you are, that's something to watch out for.
And I'm assuming that's just a foundation for a pretty rocky marriage that will end up in divorce or separation. Is that kind of why it's a red flag so much?
Yes, and red flags don't get better with time unless you address them. And you have to decide, do I cut bait and run, or do I stay and work on these issues? It's really important to address them, though, early on.
So what do you do to kind of break that habit of getting into these bad relationships? What's the secret?
Well, there are actually 3 steps I ask people to do. First of all, you need to analyze the situation you just left. Look at the pros and cons. Look at what you did to contribute to the demise of the relationship. You have to take ownership for your mistakes, and you have to learn from those.
Do you think that's where a lot of people don't want to do that? They don't want to say that they had any part in making it fail, essentially?
Correct. I was a victim for many years. I just said, well, I picked the wrong partner. The grass will be greener on the other side, but I didn't realize I would find some weeds in that pasture.
So you said, look in the rearview mirror. Let's get to 2 and 3 real quickly.
Quickly strategize. Look at the life that you want to lead. Not with a partner necessarily, but we set goals and objectives at work. We need to do that in our personal life too, and lay out a framework for where we want to go. And then thirdly, when we're on the dating scene and we find somebody who might be a great partner for us, make sure we vet that partner. Observe how they behave with their family and their friends and their coworkers, how they handle success, how they handle failure. If you do that, you're going to have a better chance of being well aligned to picking the next best partner.
Yeah, well, again, Pam, I love that you are owning this. You're on this mission to help other couples. People can pick up a copy of your book where? I love this. The Ring Exchange.
Right, on my website and on Amazon.com. It's also available as an audiobook on Audible.com. And my relationship cards, which have problems and solutions, all 30 cards will help you along the way, are available December 15th.
And these cards are good for who? People that are already together? And you were saying even people who are single, who are looking for their next boyfriend or girlfriend, and it maybe just gives you some scenarios to think about and maybe, you know, really pay attention to.
Correct. Don't forget to ask those thought-provoking, hypothetical questions. Don't wait until you get in a relationship or marriage to do the work. Do it ahead of time.
I love it. Well, Pam, thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays. And again, we loved having you here. Thank you for, well, hopefully we saved some marriages, some relationships today. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll send it over to Steph.
Entertaining during the holidays can be stressful, especially if your house isn't always tidy. Up next, how to make your house spiffy in a jiffy with some helpful house cleaning tricks.